Hi everybody, welcome back to Marie's Kitchen. I'm so glad you're here. Today we're making air fryer salmon with an easy lemon dill sauce. They're both ready in less than 20 minutes and I can't wait to share it with you. Let's get started. For the salmon, I have two 8-ounce portions here. And when you're cutting salmon, if you have trouble getting through the skin, some kitchen shears will work really well. Now let's take a look at the air fryer. This is an Instant Pot 6-quart Vortex air fryer, and I really do like it. It's very quiet and yet still very strong. So with an air fryer, the general setup is that it's a mini convection oven, which means that it just sends air around the food so it kind of browns it as if it were fried, but of course with a lot less oil. Most air fryers will have a drawer that comes out. This is what this one looks like. And there's something in the bottom that's propping the food up so the air can get under and brown the bottom as well. Of the probably 6 different air fryers that I've owned, this is my favorite, and I will put a link in the description box below if you'd like to check it out. And of course, if you have any questions about air fryers or this one in particular, leave me a comment below and I'll be happy to help. So we can just take the drawer out like this and then set our salmon right inside. Just like that, very easy. Give my hands a quick rinse. To season the fish, we're gonna use this Everglades fish and chicken seasoning. And I'll put a link to this one below as well. We did get it on Amazon. My son actually picked it out. There's no MSG and it's not a lot of sugar. I think there is a little bit in there, but a little bit of sugar is actually good because it helps with the browning. So all we're gonna do is just sprinkle on some of the seasoning. And you don't need a lot because it is, pretty salty. So you don't wanna overdo on the seasoning, but just add a little flavor, a little color on top. And that's it. Now we'll put this in the air fryer, shut the drawer like that. Now this air fryer in particular does automatically preheat. It'll preheat for about 1 to 2 minutes when you first start it, just as it's getting up to temperature. But for the most part, I've noticed that preheating doesn't really matter with air fryers. So don't worry if you don't preheat it, just use the time and temp I'm giving you, which is 400 degrees for about 10 to 12 minutes. And that is for a 8-ounce fillet like I have today. If you're using something smaller, you can cut it down to about 8 to 10 minutes. And if you want to check the internal temperature, I'm not really picky about my salmon, about how cooked it is. I don't even mind if it's all the way cooked through. But if you are particular about having a medium rare salmon, you'll want to use a meat thermometer and check it. It should be 125 degrees for medium rare. Okay, back to the air fryer. So we'll just push the air fry button here. Then we'll take the time we'll take that up to 10 minutes. Then we'll set the temp to 400 degrees. There we go. And then push start. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you can hear, but the parrot is imitating the Instant Pot beeping. So funny, every time this beeps, there's another beep in the other room. It's too funny. Now we'll make the lemon dill sauce. We'll start with 1/2 cup Greek yogurt. I love this sauce on fish. It's great for dipping with salmon cakes or crab cakes. Delicious on chicken. Great for dipping veggies in, very, very versatile. Next is 1/4 cup Hellmann's mayo. Then we'll add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. And this is fresh squeezed lemon juice in the H-E-B we have. There's a refrigerated section where you can buy fresh juices. So that's what this is. You don't want to use a shelf-stable lemon juice. It's not going to taste as good. So there's 1 and 2. So the air fryer is beeping because it preheated and now it's saying you can add the food, but we just ignore it. We're just gonna let it cook at the time we set. But the parrot in there is definitely enjoying, can you hear that beeping? It's so funny. If you didn't hear, my uncle passed away and left me his African gray parrot, Gracie, and she's a delight. And very vocal, getting more vocal as she gets more comfortable. But if there are any other parrot people out there, if you have tips, leave those in the comments below. We are definitely newbies, but hopefully we're getting the hang of it. Okay, I'm gonna grab a knife so we can chop up some fresh dill. Like I said, this is lemon dill sauce, so you wanna use fresh dill and fresh lemon juice. And for the dill, we'll just pick off the thicker stems here. And if you don't have dill, you could try tarragon. There we go. There's our tablespoon of dill, approximately. I don't even measure. Now we'll add some salt. Start with about 1/4 teaspoon and give that a stir. That looks delicious. If you wanted to add some lemon zest, you could. You can add some garlic. You know, definitely get creative. With all my recipes, I always suggest that you make it your own, just how you like it. I love it just like this. We have a little taste here. Oh my goodness. It's so good. We have that in a little serving bowl. It's ready to go. All right, we still have about 6 more minutes on the air fryer. We've already got our sauce done. If you want to do a vegetable with this, asparagus is wonderful. I just do it very, very simple. Set it out on a baking sheet like this, washed and trimmed. And then I just do a nice drizzle of olive oil. And then some salt and pepper. Now the air fryer is telling me to turn the food and beeping. We're not gonna turn the salmon, we're just gonna let it cook. It's a little too much of a hassle to try to turn fish in the air fryer, and it's really not that important. Now back to the asparagus. We'll put the asparagus under the broiler, which is the top heating element in the oven, about on the 2nd rack down, and we'll cook it for about 4 to 5 minutes or until the asparagus is roasted and tender. You definitely don't want to use parchment paper when you're using the broiler. Trust me, I've learned from experience that can catch on fire. Another thing to note is that when you're planning a meal using the air fryer, you don't want to do several, like your main course and your side dish in the air fryer, because then you're going to get backed up and your meat's going to be getting cold while you're cooking your vegetables. So that's why in this case, I'm using the oven for the air fryer. We made the sauce here on the counter, and then we've got our salmon in the air fryer. And I could add, say, some rice, some basmati rice on the stove, and that way they could all be cooking at the same time and then all ready at the same time. So hopefully that's helpful. Okay, the salmon's done. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, it looks fabulous. And you know, the best part about this is that there's no messy stovetop. There's no, not a lot of like fish smell on everything. It's kind of a little more contained when you do it in the air fryer. So I love that. Okay, now we'll take the salmon out of the air fryer, and I've got a nice platter here. I'm using a plastic spatula. You don't want to nick this surface of the air fryer, which is non-stick. Now we can put a little serving bowl of our lemon dill sauce out here with the salmon. Then some lemon wedges and some fresh dill for garnish. Look how pretty that is. We've got our air fryer salmon and our lemon dill sauce to go with it. That is going to be a delicious dinner. We also have our roasted asparagus to go with it, which cooked in just about 4 minutes under the broiler. Don't do what I did. I let it get away from me and I forgot. So it was more like 6 minutes on these, so they got a little toasty on the top. Don't do what I did. Keep an eye on it when it's in the broiler, but these go, you know, it's really quick. You can top it with some Parmesan cheese if you like. Squeeze a lemon is really good, or just do the salt and pepper. And that is ready to go, like I said, in less than 20 minutes. Okay, now we get to try a bite. Cut off some here. I'm gonna get some lemon dill sauce on there. Ooh, that looks delicious. My little bite here. I'm gonna save the rest for dinner. Oh, this looks so good. Perfection. That sauce is so good. The salmon is so nicely cooked. Thanks so much for joining us on Marie's Kitchen. Today we made this easy and delicious air fryer salmon that was so easy to make, along with a lemon dill sauce to go with it. And then we threw our asparagus under the broiler, so we have a full dinner here in less than 20 minutes. I really hope you get to try this one. If you do, let me know. I would love to hear from you. Also, if you're enjoying these videos, be sure to give us a thumbs up. It means so much to me and also to YouTube. That's how they decide if anyone else sees this video. So really means a lot. Also hit the subscribe button. I've got more air fryer recipes, easy dinner recipes coming up, and I don't want you to miss any of them. In addition, you can now become a member of Marie's Kitchen. So I'll put the link in the description box below. You can click on that and choose one of the 3 levels to join. I would really appreciate your support. My website is completely ad-free and I'd love to keep it that way. So your support as a member really does help me. Plus, I'll be adding new videos, meet the pets, tour the kitchen, meet the family. So look forward to those new videos for the members only. For this recipe and more, head over to my website, mariesaba.com. There you can go and print out this recipe and all my recipes. And if you like, put them in a notebook and make your very own Marie's Kitchen cookbook for free. Also, if you have questions about the air fryer, please leave those in the comments below and I'll be happy to help you. I've been using mine for several years now, and so I would love to answer questions and help you however I can. My goal is to give you some really easy recipes that turn out great every time so you can build some confidence in the kitchen and feel really inspired to share good food with people that you love. From my kitchen to yours. Thank you. Oh, and here's one more quick tip, how to clean the air fryer. Once this cools, you take the basket out and then this little insert comes out. I like to give it a wipe because there's some oil on there and you really don't want oil going in your sink or in your pipes. So give that a little wipe, and then this can go in the dishwasher if you want, or you can hand wash it gently with some dish soap. For the basket, same thing. There's usually some oil in there after cooking salmon, so you want to wipe that out. And then this you can wash with some dish soap.